Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. It's Halloween! It's the month of Halloween! Of course I'm back! I'm not going anywhere! Beast! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available Halloween 2024, the album. Dad, shimmy, shimmy, yeah. We did the mash. We did the monster mash. We were on the way home from brunch today, and my husband was listening to all this, you know. Now, I love the EDM and the DJs and stuff like that, but I'm kind of more of like a Nora and Pure, Rufus Du Sol. I like the softer EDM, you know what I'm saying? My husband loves the, like, the real techno, the, like, he loves all that kind of stuff, right? So, we went to Fresh Time after that. I did a huge, cozy, Halloween haul over my Peter Does Stuff channel, and then I did a review of some things that I bought on my review channel, and yeah, and so on the way home, we were sitting there and we're in the car and we're like, listen to all this, you know, hardcore techno music, and my husband goes, oh, I have a song to play for you, and I go, oh, you do? What is it? Is it one of those, right? And he goes, no, and blah, 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 whatever. So he puts on MASH, Monster Mash. I love that song so much, but anyway, I love all that vintage Halloween music. In fact, while I'm sitting around the house putting together my videos and uploading my videos and rendering them and things like that, I often like search on YouTube like vintage Halloween music, and it's like an hour and a half, and it plays like all these like the Frank Sinatra songs that really aren't Halloween songs, but they sound like it. I need to take off my shoes. This is for the second video. I need to do this. I wore these really cute Birkenstock. They're like these gray felt clogs, but they're like burning. It's like 80 today, and it's my feet are burning up. So anyway, listen, Linda. It is Halloween. It is October 1st. And if you didn't know, over on my Peter Does Stuff channel, I posted a video yesterday of where we're going to watch all 13 of the Halloween movies in chronological order of the year that they came out. Okay, even three, and the Rob Zombie ones. We're going to watch them all in the month of October. I'm very, very excited about it. So if you want to watch along, go check that video out that I posted yesterday. Also, so many new reality shows have just started, and so many reality shows are getting ready to start. So go check out my new channel, my 7th channel, Peter's Reality TV Recaps and Opinions, where we take out the reality TV trash, better known as That's My Opinion with Peter Monn, me. Alright, so today we're going to talk about Hot Toddy. Hot Toddy. No, Tati, no. Gargoyles, Ouija boards. I almost dropped the fan. No, Tati, no. She said in her video that we should send her some good vibes and things like that, you know. So I was going to bring out the crystals and the smudge spray and things like that, but I know she's not into all that, okay? I know she's had the Holy Ghost like 1,000 times. I know that she's not about all that. She's in, you know, she's into the all that kind of stuff. So I do think, here I'm drinking some water out of this old Starbucks cup. So, in honor of Miss Tati, I will get a little holy water for her. Here's a little holy water for your Holy Ghost, Tati. This is where people are like, you're making fun of Tati's religion. Get the fuck over it. Seriously? Okay, listen, Linda. Listen, I'm just trying to bring her some good vibes, okay? Rubbing the crystals, you know, spraying the smudge spray and all that kind of stuff for her upcoming court trial in February that she's being deposed for right now in Las Vegas. Now, this was her big video that she did recently. The video is called, she posted it like 3 days ago, I'm Sick of It, okay? And the whole video is about, she says, everyone please send your love and support today. I did. I've been rubbing the crystals. I've been trying to have the Holy Ghost and talk in tongues. And I gave, you know, the holy water and all kinds of things, okay? I've been doing it. But let's have a moment of silence for dear Tati Westbrook before she goes in this court trial. God, sweet baby Jesus, please look over Miss Tati Westbrook in this court trial. Can I get an amen? Please, please, Lord baby Jesus, sweetness, kindness of the world, please look over Miss Tati. Okay, So there, we've sent her some loves and some kindness. No, in all sincerity, please do send her some love and some kindness. Before I get into this video, I've got some opinions, I've got some things to say. I know that people will be like pissed off about my opinions. I don't really give a fuck anymore, okay? They're my opinions. This is my channel. I've said it a million times. Look underneath the video. It says Peter Monn, okay? It doesn't say Tati Westbrook fan group. So I'm going to say what I have to say. But before I get in this video, regarding this whole court trial and all this kind of stuff, you know, and I think that because of the coverage that's been done by lawyers on YouTube, and she even references lawyers on YouTube, and the fact that she's in the public eye, so she hasn't really talked a lot about it, but I think that people are pretty defensive of Tati, as I have been in the past. We don't really know what the outcome of this trial is going to be yet. I mean, we really don't, okay? I think that a lot of people have speculated that she's in the right and this guy that's suing her is in the wrong and all this kind of stuff, but we will find out. I do want to say that I feel really bad for what Tati's going through. She explains in the video that she has been sued 4 times by the same person, and that, you know, that you can be sued for anything. I'm going to get into this in just a second, but no matter what the situation is, and this is where her business has been put on pause, and you know, she goes in and explains a little bit about that. I just want to say I feel really bad for what Tati is going through with this right now. You know, I think when you interact with somebody that, you know, I learned a long time ago in recovery the saying, would you rather be happy or would you rather be right? And somebody that is suing you time and time again because they have more money than God and they want to just tie you up in lawsuits, okay, when they're not, and these lawsuits are being dismissed, but it's still costing Tati a lot of money, a lot of legal money, a lot of time and energy, a lot of stress in her head and things like that, right? You're not dealing with somebody that's happy, okay? Somebody that is, what's the word, litigious, you know, that's constantly suing people and constantly tying up people. They're not happy people, okay? And they're definitely not people that really care about being happy. And they're most of the time, they're not right, okay? And you can see that because all these lawsuits are being dismissed. So this is like where you try to be rational about people that aren't rational. So I don't know much about this case. I will say that I don't, other than articles I've read, I don't know anything about this guy that was her partner. I just want to send some love and kindness and positivity to Tati. I don't think that Tati and I have any bad beef. I think she probably doesn't like some of my opinions that I've said in regards to her and James Charles and all this kind of stuff. But she unfollowed me, I don't know, a year or 2 ago on, I'd always been very supportive of her. She's reached out to me in DMs, asking for favors, asking for advice, as many people do, you know. Didn't take it, whatever, but I respected her wishes. She asked me not to make a video about something. I didn't even know what she was talking about, so I didn't make a video about it. Nobody would have cared anyway, in all honesty. But that was years ago. I've always respected her wishes and whatever, you know, and so, and I will be fair to her and objective in any way possible. I didn't understand why she unfollowed me when she still followed other drama channels that talked just as equally about her. I think what she had the issue was when I started calling her out. It's always so interesting to me that people are like, let this person go, let that person go, blah, 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 whatever. When I'm literally talking about how they're playing things out in regards to James Charles, who is a self-proclaimed predator, that's like where they draw the line, right? Like, you can say this about me, and you can say that about me, and you can say this about me, but don't you dare fucking say that I protected James Charles when you literally protected James Charles. You know, Tati Westbrook came out with this entire video, and then she came out with another video, and then she said that James and her were good, okay, and that they're friends, but they don't follow each other on social media. They've never interacted with each other. They've never taken a picture since. They're not friends today, okay? So that was all bullshit. Or she found out, and I've done a whole video about this, or she found out that she believed everything that was said to her was true, okay? But Tati don't want to get in the drama no more, so she's not going to get in a video and be like, yeah, everything I was told, I feel like I was played a fool. Because she was played a fool. That was the reality, right? And she's a grown adult, and she decided to make that video, and I believe that 100%, okay? But she was also, I believe to some degree, manipulated by both sides, okay? Because I really think that that whole thing was a war between Jeffree Star and James Charles. That's how it all started. Tati Westbrook was used. She allowed herself to be used as a grown adult, okay? I own that all day, or I believe that all day long, that she needs to own that, right? But to say all that stuff, and then you kind of like leave the story on the fact that, okay, you and James Charles are good buddies and everything's cool between you guys now and all this kind of stuff, right? But then you never come out later and explain why you unfollowed him or whatever, when you were literally the main person that was implemental in the downfall of James Charles, I think you owe it to everybody who doesn't know what happened behind the scenes why you chose to unfollow him again. I think you're a pretty important voice, okay? And yes, I know she's got, people always say, well, all these people got so much stuff going on in their you think I don't have stuff going on in my personal life? You think that I don't have shit that I'm dealing with? You think that I don't have friends of mine that I'm worried that are going to die tomorrow from addiction? You don't think that I have family members of mine that are sick right now? You think I don't got shit going on in my life, or I haven't had shit going on for the last 2 to 3 years? You know, and I still continue to make drama videos and film videos for 7 channels. Get the fuck out of here with that, okay? You guys want to use that as an excuse. Oh my God, you know, this is so sad, blah, 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 whatever. It is sad, okay? Then take a week off, pull yourself together. You know, I remember when I was going through a breakup with my ex, and I was working in treatment at the time, and this was my first ex, and I was talking to my supervisor, and I was like coming into work every single day, and I was real upset about it, right? And she pulled me into her office, and we were talking about it, and she goes, how much time do you need off? And I go, what do you mean? She goes, I cannot have you here like this. She's like, your mind is somewhere else, you're focused on this breakup, you need to go home and you need to take care of yourself. How much time do you need? Do you need me a week? Do you need 2 weeks? Do you need a month? I'll write off as much time as you need. But when you come back here, I need you to come back here and show up. Like, when you come back here, you need to be here. You need to be present here and doing your job, right? This is where I talk about having people in your life that will tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. That shocked the shit out of me so quick, because I didn't even realize that I was that consumed with it a month or 2 later, right? And I was like, yeah, a week away would be good. Well, is a week enough? Because if you need a month, I can give you a month. But when you come back, I need you back, okay? And I was like, no, a week is good, you know? And I was given a week because I had a ton of PRN time saved and things like that. So I took a week off, pulled myself together, and when I came back, I was there, okay? If you're so stressed out about all this shit that you can't even give your audience an answer as to why you unfollowed this person that you came out with all these claims about, and then you said that you guys were friendly again and made up. Okay, when you were one of the people with your Bi Sisters video that started all this bullshit to begin with, that now, years later, we're still speculating because we don't know the facts, when you do know the facts behind the scenes, okay, all right, don't you think you owe it to your audience to at least, this is not going to cause you a lawsuit, you know, Judy Smith. This is not going to cause you a lawsuit, Tati, to get in a video and say, you know, James and I were trying to work on a relationship and be friends again, and then I saw the proof come out with the evidence, and I just couldn't follow him anymore. And I feel stupid because I thought that it was true, and then I thought it wasn't true, and then I realized it was true, and then I didn't know what was true, and so I thought, you know what, just cut my ties. She's already said that she wanted to cut ties with everybody that was in the beauty industry anyway, or most of the people in Hollywood. I don't know why that would be so difficult to do, and it would close that chapter, right? But I still feel like Tati Westbrook is a huge part of that whole situation, all right? And I know that there are other people out there that believe it too. There's going to be people that are going to go, leave Tati alone, leave Christy alone. Well, you know what? All these people backed James Charles products, did reviews of his products, got in videos, said this kind of stuff, did this kind of stuff. Let's just be for real a second, okay? So, James Charles, this whole situation that she had with him, right? Which a lot of people speculate that it was over the sugar bear hair versus the toddy pills, which I don't believe that that was what it was about. She even comes out and talks about that that's not what it was about. But do I think that it was a little bitterness with her? Yeah, she addresses bitterness in this video. Do I think that it was a little bit of a point of bitterness with her that he wouldn't sell her pills because he wanted VIP tickets to Coachella? Yeah, that should have told you who James Charles was then, okay? So then you have all this information and you have sat on it for a while, and then you got Jeffrey and Shane in your ear that they got to talk about it. You got to talk about it. So you come out because they're wanting to nail him to the cross, okay? Period, end of story. Shane Dawson, he's got his finger in everything that's wrong in the YouTube industry. Whether it's Colleen Ballinger or Gabby Hanna or James Charles, he's got friends with Jeffree Star. His finger is in every pot, okay? That's what I think about Shane Dawson. Shane Dawson is messy as fuck, all right? And it's connected to all these people. You know, you sit here and you start looking at this over time, right? And you think about these people and like, he wants to get in a river, or he wants to get in a video and cry a river about being canceled and make jokes about it and all this kind of stuff. Maybe, you know, all these people want to excuse away what happened and what he did in the past. Maybe you should be canceled alone for your being part of all these problematic situations. Did you ever think about that? I hope to God I never find out, okay, that Shane Dawson was at those viewing parties, and I'm not saying that he was, okay? But I'm sitting here saying, well, wouldn't it make sense if Joey Graceffa was at these viewing parties of Colleen Ballinger's where she was showing Trisha Paytas' OnlyFans? Well, wouldn't it make sense that Daniel Prada was there? Wouldn't it make sense if this person was there? And you guys are like, how do you put that on them? Colleen Ballinger doesn't have that many fucking friends. Who was there? Her sister and JoJo Siwa? Like, seriously, who was at these viewing parties? Okay, she had people at those viewing parties that knew Trisha Paytas, that she could make fun of, and to those people, and they could all laugh at Trisha Paytas. It doesn't take a brain scientist to connect these things, okay? So she had other YouTubers at these viewing parties looking at these OnlyFans things. Nobody wants to come out and talk about it. You know why? Because the first person that comes out and says, yes, I was at that party, is going to have to name all the other 20 or 30 people that were at that party too, okay? And it's going to destroy the YouTube community. Because all of a sudden, when we start finding out that Joey Graceffa and all these people allegedly were at these parties, okay, then it's going to change your whole perspective. Oh, they were all sitting there on a couch, smoking cigarettes, having drinks, watching Trisha Paytas. Because Josh David Evans came out and talked about how the whole house smelled like alcohol and cigarettes. So were y'all just sitting over there at Colleen Ballinger's house watching Trisha Paytas' OnlyFans? Well, that would really fuck your career, wouldn't it? That would really make people look at you in a different way. As probably kind of perverse and part of all of that, right? Shane Dawson's got his finger in all this bullshit, okay? But Tati Westbrook decided to come out and she decided to talk about it, okay? Well, here's the deal. So she came out and she decided to talk about it. Right before that, if you remember, Shane Dawson, knowing all this, was singing her praises about these hair pills, right? And then he sells her like 1 million fucking units, because at the time, he's the golden child, okay, of the beauty industry. She sells out of everything, or the pallets, or whatever it was, okay, at that time. I think it was the pills. So he sells it out. That's a real dig at James Charles, okay? See, you don't want to support these, you want to support Sugar Bear Hair? Watch, we're going to sell Tati's pills out. So fuck you, James Charles, okay? And she went along with it. And she was totally fine to sell those units out, alright? And then she's stirring all this shit up, and she's siding with Jeffree Star. Then she wants to come out and talk about how I done had the Holy Ghost. Jeffree Star, he gonna come for us. He gonna come. Jeffree Star ain't coming for you, girl. She ain't even worried about you, okay? She acting like she don't even remember those matching earrings that y'all. She ain't come for us, girl. No, she's not. Jeffree Star is not bothered with you, Tati Westbrook, okay? Foolishness. It's all foolishness. They're all crazy. I don't excuse any of their behaviors, okay? I'm the one that had the Holy Ghost. They're all gonna come for you, girl. Here, girl, let me get you some more holy water, okay? With them Holy Ghosts having talking about Jeffree Star. Girl, holy water, okay? With you being all worried about Jeffree Star. Oh my God, let me crawl out of this chair. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay. Girl, you need to pull it together, okay? Seriously. So Tati Westbrook, you're just as much a part of all this as anybody else. And people are like, well, she didn't have anything to gain. The fuck she didn't. She sold 1 million units of that shit, okay? 1 million fucking units. That Shane Dawson, he was singing her praises in Instagram stories and videos and things like that. Give me a fucking break, okay? And she didn't have no problem talking about all that kind of stuff. So do I think that she owes it on the backs of those 1 million units that Shane Dawson helped her sell because he knew that she was going to come out and do this video, or she had done that video? Because I don't remember the timeline of all that, and I ain't going back and looking at it for this video. Do I think she owes it to her audience to come out and explain why the fuck, when she was the one that lost James Charles 3 million subscribers, and then she also helped him gain them back? Do I think that she owes it to her audience and the world to explain why she no longer follows James Charles or is friends with him? Yes, abso-fucking-lutely I do. Yes. Of all the people, I think she's probably the one that does actually need to come out and talk about it. So anyway, so she did this video today called I'm Sick, or 3 days ago, called I'm Sick of It. She said that when the video went live, she would be in Las Vegas for this, this deposition. Now I'm taking a bunch of notes on this, okay? But like I said, I feel bad for her for what she's going through. I don't wish this lawsuit on nobody. You know, this whole... People that want to just tie you up in lawsuits, okay, or threaten lawsuits, kind of like if you do this or if you do that, then I must sue you, and all this. All right, girl. All right. If that's what your life is about, if that's what you want to do with your life, okay. Now I'm all for somebody suing somebody for defending themselves, okay. I'm all for that. You sue somebody when you want to defend yourself, okay. But suing somebody and wrapping them up in court costs and legal costs and things like that from 4 different dismissed cases, that's some bullshit, okay? Like, I feel sorry for anybody that's wrapped in all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's what I want to say about all that. So anyway, she says she wants to talk about this in her video because this is a safe place for her. Girl! She gonna come for us, girl! It's her safe place, right? It's her chapel of love. Anyway, then she goes back and she says she's been watching a lot of her videos back, and there's a piece that's missing that she realizes. It's that authentic piece. Is that the piece where you come out and talk about that piece of shit, James Charles? Is that piece that's missing from your videos? I've been waiting for that authentic piece, Miss Tati. When are you coming out with that piece? Can you let us know? You can put out some butterfly emojis. You can put out some cryptic messages on Twitter about that video you're going to make, girl. Can you give us drama channels like you did 2 or 3 other drama channels when you were coming out with your video? I wasn't one of them drama channels, okay, just so you know. But you gave, and you were talking, and you even said it in your video that you were talking to 2 or 3 other drama channels. And remember, and they knew exactly when you were posting your video. Hey, why don't you just be a equal opportunity drama channel supporter? Why don't you give all of us, why don't you just send us a group email and say my video is going to go up on such and such time and such day? Because isn't it true that you gave that, that you let them drama channels know? Yeah, okay. Ethical, authentic, genuine, but you were giving, and people are like, why is this a big deal? Well, those people knew exactly what that video was coming out. So when Tati posted her video, they posted it first, and their video got a lot more traction and made a lot more money. This is where these influencers have been manipulating drama channels for fucking years, okay? Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't let in to know ahead of time, okay? I was glad I didn't know about that. Anyway, I was upset that my friend didn't tell me that they were one of the people that knew, but that's okay. It's whatever. It's, you know, water under the bridge. Then she goes on and talks about how this whole situation is silencing because she's afraid she's going to say something that could start another lawsuit. I get it, girl. I'd be afraid too. She's afraid that anything that she says, because apparently she said something in a video, and then this person sued her for defamation, and she starts saying something like, I don't even think that what I said in that video, but then she stops herself because she's afraid to talk about it. I'd be afraid too, girl. I'd be afraid of saying anything about the case. I probably wouldn't. Because if anything that you say, listen, since these stalkers and these harassers have started with me, and I've started like talking to attorneys and investigators behind the scenes and things like that, the things that I have been told to say and not say on videos, like, would baffle you guys, okay? And they're like, well, don't say that. There's a lot of things y'all have no clue about, okay? How deep this whole shit goes, how much I know, things like that, that I have been told not to say on video because it could hurt a case down the road. That, yes, I am pursuing. So, I understand it. I understand her fear of not wanting to talk about this, you know? I mean, listen, I can have a fucking opinion and feel both ways about a person, right? Like, you always feel, like, I think a super fan is when you can't see anything different. Like, I feel like I'm giving different sides of the coin on this one, so I think this is a pretty fair video. Anyway, so then she goes on and talks about how she was sued by the same person in 4 states. She didn't talk about it much. She just wanted to be strong and move through it. And I do think she's proved that. Like, she really hasn't come out in a lot of, she's alluded to it, but she really hasn't come out in a lot of videos and talked about it. She really hasn't, you know? I mean, she's alluded to things here and there with the lawsuit, but she hasn't really, like, made dedicated videos, you know? And I think that would be hard to do, especially when you're dealing with it behind the scenes and you're so stressed out like she is. And then she says that the trial is in February. Then she goes on and she starts doing this. From the very beginning, she does this get ready with me before talking about how she's being currently deposed. Now, I thought that we would do, she uses all these like kind of high-end products, except for the Buxom lip. I want to get that Buxom lip plumper. I love lip plumpers so much, and I love the brand Buxom anyway. Are they problematic? I don't know. I should probably look into that. But anyway, since she did a get ready with me, I thought that I would do a get ready with me too. Okay, so first of all, I want to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Twizzlers. Oh, sorry, that way. It's supposed to be like a stage. It's supposed to be like that. I want to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Twizzlers Chapstick number 9. And, oh, that's fantastic. Do I still have a tan? Is it still showing my tan? Oh, that's fantastic. I love Charlotte Tilbury, don't you? I mean, her entire line of Twizzlers is just so fantastic, isn't it? Okay. Then I want to go in with the Fit Glow Beauty number 15 in the shade I'm So Sick of It by Tati Westbrook collaboration. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this lip gloss. This is amazing, you guys, and worth every penny of the $299 that I paid for it. Oh, God. No, I don't live a privileged life or anything. This is literally not $299. Somebody sent it to me that owns the brand. That was so sweet, wasn't it? And then I want to go in with my primer. Now, you didn't see me because I stopped the camera for 2 minutes, but I went in and I did my eyeshadow, my mascara, and everything, put my lashes on. It's so pretty. And then I want to go in with my primer. Now, I have found a new primer that I absolutely love. It's called the Holy Ghost Holy Water Primer, okay? So, yes, 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 I'm Holy Ghost! No, Tati, no! Okay. So now I'm ready, but the only thing I don't have is that I need to go in with some cologne. And so I really want to go in with this new Jo Malone. I love Jo Malone that you can get at Saks. So I want to go in with the Jo Malone Febreze Air Wood. It's my favorite, and I just love it for fall, and just, it's fantastic. So if you're looking for... No, Tati, no, man. Okay. So if you're looking for a new fall scent, okay, cologne, you might want to go in and try the Febreze Air Wood. That was my little get ready with me. But no, in all seriousness, I will tell you that this Febreze Air Wood that you can get on Amazon or at your local CVS or Walmart or Meijer or whatever is like one of my favorites. It's strong out here. Is not one of my, I don't wear it as cologne. Okay, that was a joke for all you serious people out there that'll be like, Peter, you're not supposed to use Febreze as a cologne. Get fucked. Like, seriously? Okay, 1974 is still looking for your sense of humor. Okay, go back there and find it. But this is seriously one of my favorite room sprays. It just doesn't last very long. Okay, so then she does the get readies with me and stuff like that. And I will say this, I always kind of forget this, and I come back to like a Tati video because I don't watch her regularly anymore. Just to be honest with you, I think she kind of bore a snake. I mean, how many videos are you going to do of drugstore dupes that are better than your friends' brands because you're pissed at all your friends, you don't want to be friends with them anymore, so you do all CVS makeup. CVS is kind of expensive too, by the way, just so you know. Like, don't you think CVS is kind of expensive? Whenever I go in there because I have to get something, like it's on the way somewhere, and I'm like, damn, a greeting card at the Meijer is $1.99, but at CVS it's $7. Like, seriously? And you don't get an envelope? Here's my unopened greeting card. Congratulations. Anyway, I don't like this video. But she's always done, her videos, listen, would bore a snake. But I will say this, okay? If you're a makeup lover, I will stand by this till the end, okay? That Tati Westbrook, #1, is very, very talented at doing makeup. She just is. She's fantastic at doing makeup. And there's something about watching her do makeup, and like, obviously, I'm not somebody that wears makeup and does makeup, right? But, like, I'm watching it, and there is kind of such, like, an ASMR quality to it. And, like, doing a get ready with me where she's getting ready and putting on makeup while she's talking to you guys about this stuff, like, it really does feel like you're sitting there talking to a friend while they're putting on makeup. You know, my old roommate back in the day that I lived with for years, that's married to a rock star now, lives in Berlin, she would sit there on the floor, you know, with her little vanity light mirror that folded out, and she'd sit there and do her makeup, you know, for hours before we would go out. This was back in my drinking days. You know, I'd sit there and I'd be having a vodka tonic or something like that, or whatever, and a good beer, good Miller Genuine Draft, and we'd be sitting there, you know, and talking, and she'd be putting on her makeup, and I'd just kind of be laying on the side and talking to her. It was so relaxing. That's what it kind of reminds me of. The other thing I want to say is that Tati Westbrook, she's beautiful. Like, Tati Westbrook is absolutely beautiful. She really, really is. And, you know, I mean, when we talk about beauty influencers, and there's something about her that, like, she's talking about, like, working through all this stuff, and she's really trying hard to be a different person, and she wants to change, and she wants to grow, and she's working through all this kind of stuff to not be a bitter person today. And a lot of it sings of, like, things that I say in my videos. And this is the thing. It's like, I so want to believe it so bad, because there was a long time that I really liked Tati. I don't dislike Tati at all. Like, I just don't find her videos to be very interesting anymore. There was a time that I was watching a lot of makeup videos, and they were interesting to me. That's not my thing anymore, you know what I mean? So I'd rather watch a drag pageant from 1987 than a makeup video. I mean, kill a beast, right? Like, I could care less. But anyway, so, you know, I used to watch her videos back in the day, and what was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought. No, she's, like, really beautiful, and it's, like, I think that, like, one of the things that's, like, it doesn't really matter if she's, oh, this is what I was going to say, about her saying these things about how she's a changed person and all this kind of stuff. It's, like, for me, she says all the right things, and, like, I really want to believe that that's what she believes. But it's either, like, 100% she's all in and she really believes it. Like, this is what I've come to terms with. This keeps the camera, I feel like I don't know, I can't get centered on it or something. But she either 100% is in it and really doing the work, and she is saying all those right things, not to sound like the right things, but because they are what she's doing. Or it's completely contrived bullshit. It's like, it's either one or the other. It cannot be both. And I really tend to believe with Tati, it's the real deal. Like, I really do believe that she's doing a lot of internal work on herself. I mean, she speaks of it a lot throughout her videos and things like that. And I really hope that for her, you know? I know people don't like this, and they're like, well, she was a grown adult. She had every decision to make in this whole James Charles thing. Yes, I think she was bitter about James Charles. I think she was pissed about the pills. I think she was pissed about a lot of things. I think that she thought that he was not a great person. He said these things at her birthday dinner, and she had witnessed it for a long time. I think it's interesting you chose to sit on it that long, okay, and not say anything about it. And then you're talking about it, you know, with Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. So you're talking about it to other people, but you don't feel the need to, I don't know, like, it's just, the whole thing is so weird to me in retrospect. I kind of wish, like, I feel like there was a small period of time where Tati really felt like she was already doing good anyway on YouTube. This is gonna stop. Okay. She was already doing good on YouTube, but I feel like there was a time where she, like, do you remember when she did the video with Jeffree Star and they were in the jet together? And I feel like she really thought that was going to take her to the next level, and then she got so much backlash for doing that video, you know? And it's like, then she was at the game night with Manny and Laura and Jeffree and all his people. And like, then she got backlash from that. And then she did the James Charles video, and it didn't really matter how she spun it. She still got backlash from that. It's like, girl, just, I think this is why she don't want to talk about none of them today, because she doesn't want to be in the drama, because she doesn't benefit from the drama. It like fucks her every time, right? And now people don't believe her. And to be honest with you, I don't know what to believe from her either. You know, she's given so many mixed messages. The first video that she did about James Charles, I mean, what'd she do? 3 videos, I think, about James Charles? The first video that she did about James Charles should have been a one and done. She didn't need to come out and keep on talking about it, okay? Like, I always talk about these videos where if you're going to come out and make this video, you've got one opportunity to make it. Make the fucking video and shut your mouth. You don't come out 3 times, okay? You definitely don't come out the last time and say, well, James wanted to sit next to me in this chair. Okay, you say that, and then a lot of people are like, well, if Tati is okay with James Charles today, and the truth will persevere, and it's really that Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson are people that are evil, okay, and you are talking about how somebody's tying you up in lawsuits, but you came out in the court of public opinion, all right, and said all this shit about James Charles that people believed. I still do believe, because he showed by his own evidence. And apparently there's all this shit floating around. All these people are talking about James Charles talking to somebody he shouldn't be talking about in a video yesterday, which I thought, well, that would be ironic when I just turned around and made an hour-long video about it. But I can't find evidence of that at all. So if you guys have it, send it to my email or something like that, or DM me, because I've reached out to other people. People are like, yeah, he's talking to somebody, but I don't know. Or he went into somebody's TikTok and asked for their age verification. Girl, why are you, like... I don't know if that's true, because I can't find any evidence of it. So anyway, but girl, like, you want to sit there and cry a river because James Charles wanted to get in a video next to you because he felt like it was so important for him to sit down and you were being manipulated by James Charles. The thing is that you know that. You know today that you were manipulated by Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, and James Charles. Girl, come out and tell your truth, okay? It is 2023. It is the year of the fucking beauty influencer coming out and telling their truth. And if you don't, Jeffree Star will walk all over your career. And it ain't doing that well anyway, okay? So what the fuck do you have to lose? Seriously? Jeffree Star, like, these people are still so afraid of Jeffree Star. Manny will talk about everybody, but he won't talk about Jeffree Star. Manny, why don't you come out and let everybody know what's the deal about Jeffree Star, you know? Laura, why don't you come out and talk about whatever... Does Jeffree Star have something on you? Oh, he does, doesn't he? Right? Okay. Why don't you come out? Like, this is the thing is, when we talk about getting ahead of the story, Jeffree Star one of these days is going to tell why they are not friends anymore. The truth. And it's not about that fucking picture, okay? He's going to come out, and it's not mine to tell. But he's going to come out and tell about it. Just come out and tell the story, girl. There's no shame in your story. It's your story. It's your journey of what you went through. I would not be afraid of Jeffree Star, okay, today. What are you afraid of, girl? Nobody even remembers that time period. Come out and talk about it. So she goes into this get ready with me and all this kind of stuff, right? Okay. Then she talks about being sued. She says people can sue you for anything for sneezing. Well, they can, okay? But that's why all these court cases have been dismissed. Because if somebody sues you for sneezing... I mean, in very specific cases, maybe, and I'm not going to get into what those cases are and give credit to them, but maybe those people might be heard in a courtroom. But no, I mean, if somebody wants to say I'm suing them for sneezing on the street, that case is not going to make it to court. Let's just be for real, okay? So, yeah, that's true, but not. I love when people say that. I mean, there has to be some kind of truth to it for a judge to hear the case. But the other part that she said in there that is true is that then you have to defend yourself and it can cost you a lot of money. Okay, so if they have a case against you that they're suing you that has some evidence, a fact to it whatsoever, and the court is willing to hear your case or whatever, okay, then you do have to hire attorney, legal counsel, and you do have to, defend yourself. And yes, that does cost a lot of money. And this is where people want to tie people up. This is what I've talked about with Colleen Ballinger, okay? These young kids that are 19, 20, and 21, happy birthday to Adam McIntyre, by the way, who just turned 21 yesterday. These kids do not want to spend the next 5 to 10 years of their youth, okay, on Colleen Ballinger. They're wanting to move through this and get past it and forget it. They're not wanting to be tied up in all this legal bullshit, right? Nor do they have the money for it to defend themselves to a millionaire times and times over again, Colleen Ballinger. They're not going to win. It's going to be an uphill battle all the time. I mean, they might win with the facts, but it's not worth the money. And even if, Ethan Klein's come out and said that he would, raise money for them, I think that's fantastic. But, how much money over how many years? I mean, are they still 5, 10 years down the road, we're going to still have a GoFundMe for all these people? And, when Adam McIntyre is turning 31, not 21, is he going to really still want to be dealing with this bullshit? I hope not for him. I hope that all of the victims find some peace and serenity from this, right? So, this whole tying people up in legal bullshit is evil. That's what I think about it. It's just my opinion on public figures. Then she goes on to explain the cases that were dismissed. Where's the part that I wanted to say something here? I think I'm getting to it. And then she talks about how she's going to Vegas to be deposed and that they can ask questions that are embarrassing. No, she goes in here to talk about that she feels like her life has been put on hold, which I'm sure she does. I understand that. Then she says going to Vegas to be deposed, they can ask questions that are embarrassing and accusatory. Now, a lot of people, I got a lot of messages from people insinuating what these things that she's talking about. I'm like, I watched the video. I'm like, she didn't talk about them things, okay? And people are saying this about Shane Dawson. Oh, Shane Dawson's got his hand in everything, referring to this video. She don't talk about Shane Dawson in this video. Yeah, I know Shane Dawson originally was mentioned in the original paperwork, okay, of this trial that's going to be in February, but I don't know that he's being deposed. She didn't talk about Shane Dawson or Jeffree Star or James Charles in this video. She didn't talk about what embarrassing things could come up. People are speculating about what those things are. I don't know what those things are. So she just says embarrassing things and accusatory things. Then she talks about going to Vegas to be deposed. They can ask questions that are embarrassing or accusatory. Where is this part that I wanted to... Oh, okay. She goes in here and she says that she did not throw the first punch in referencing her old partner. Then she goes on and she talks about the law channels covering it. When she starts talking about the law channels covering it, I'm like, okay, this is interesting, right? Are you going to talk about other people that were sued in this whole situation too about talking about this case, Tati? Are you going to talk about them since this is your authentic moment? Okay. I didn't think you would. But anyway, and how that whole situation and why it all came to be and all that kind of stuff that we all know but you don't talk about. Okay. So anyway, and I'm not saying that anything that happened with that was right. I'm just saying it's interesting when, on the flip side of that, how it all went down and why it went down. I'm just saying, okay? So anyway, and I've had that explained to me by lawyers. So I don't even know. I've never interacted with them people. I don't know nothing about them people. Okay, I'm just saying, I've had that explained to me about from lawyers, why that all happened, or speculating why it happened, okay? So then she goes on and talks about law channels covering it. I'm like, oh, she's been watching this very closely, okay? She's been watching this very closely to know that law channels have covered it, because law channels covered it, but not a lot, okay? It wasn't like it was a Johnny Depp case, it wasn't like it was the Murdaugh murders, okay? Let's just be for real. It was Tati Westbrook. They may have done a couple videos about it, all right? And then she says, and I'm like, oh no, then this is me. This is my notes. And I'm like, oh, at this point, I'm like, so this is her putting her story out because she's getting ready to go to Las Vegas and be deposed. She knows those depositions can be picked up by the law channels and then they'll discuss them. She's talking about how they can ask her anything embarrassing or accusatory. Tati's not stupid. I mean, she's acted stupidly in the past, okay? We all know that, but she's not a stupid-minded person. This is her probably, where an attorney has said to her, you might want to get ahead of the story and let everybody know that you're being deposed, and then embarrassing things might come out, okay? And who knows what those things are about. Like I said, I don't know what they are, and I'm not going to guess at them. But then she says accusatory things. So people are going to, in this court document, these cases, depositions, she's going to be accused of stuff. And she's also going to have things brought up that are embarrassing to her, okay? That she's probably never talked about or addressed in her video. So this is her kind of getting ahead of it a little bit. But weaving it through, I'm so tired of this and this has been going on for so long. Okay, so now it's kind of making sense to me why she did this video. It seems that way to me. Tati Westbrook is somebody that is either posting 5 videos a week because her motive is to support her own brand. She said that. Or her motive is she takes off time because she doesn't want to deal with shit. That's her motive. All her videos kind of have a motive to them. If you watch, I mean, my motive is just to sit down here and talk about some shit and entertain you guys. I try to do it every day. You know what I'm saying? But that's my motive, okay? So get fucked if you don't believe that. Oh, his motive is to have a hate boner and take these people down, okay? Yeah, can you give me a prescription for hate Viagra, please? Okay, on all these people, so I can get I have my hate boner going for all these. I don't hate these people, okay? I can't wait to fucking get done talking about this Tati Westbrook bullshit so I can go watch season 2 and wrap it up of the Real Housewives of Miami. Trust, okay? And my husband and I are getting ready to watch Real Housewives of New York tonight. And I'm about done with this bug that is flying all over my fucking camera, okay? That's the size of the end of this. I feel like it's been around for 5 days, okay? But what's her motive for this video? Oh, your motive is that you're going to get it out of the story? Because you know all these law channels. This was literally said within 3 sentences of each other, okay? You know all these law channels are going to get ahead of these depositions, or get a hold of these depositions, and then you're going to be embarrassed and have these things come out about you. And then the drama channels are going to talk about what was said in these depositions. So this is your video to come out and say that they can ask you anything, whether it's true or not. Is that what the motive is for the video? I'm just asking. I don't know. So then she says she's excited for the trial because she's so excited to put this behind her, which I would be too if she was her. And then she says she's worked really hard at not being bitter in her life. Hey, more power to you. I wish that on you. I wish that for you. And then she says that, like, looking back on this, she realizes how much this really messed up her life. And, you know, you think about it, like, listen, she was a grown-ass woman. She knew what she was doing with the James Charles thing. Or maybe she didn't. Maybe she didn't think it through all the way, right? But she had the James Charles situation happen. Then she had this lawsuit happen like a year later. Do you see this bug? It's driving me crazy. Then she had this lawsuit happen like a year and a half later, right? And she's been tied up in it since. I mean, like, Tati Westbrook has not had it easy in the last couple years. So for that, whether she put herself in the middle of it or not, whether she got along with her partner a lot, not, this is a lot, and I do feel bad for her, you know? So then she goes on to say, hey, how are you? Good. She said she's afraid of talking about it because of further lawsuits. She says that several times throughout here. I think, like, here's my question, right? Like, so you have this lawsuit in February, this trial, right? Okay, does that mean that after the trial in February, he can't sue you for further things that you would say in a video or implications of that? Hey, how are you?
Good, good.
It must be cocktail hour on the street. Everybody's walking down the street this time. I know, it's root beer. They have to make it real clear to me when they're not drinking the wine and the spirits down the street, okay? But everybody's walking and running right now. I'm like, damn, I'm trying to talk about Miss Tati Westbrook. Neighbors. Anyway, I love every one of them. But anyway, I really do. But she's afraid about all these further lawsuits. And I'm like, does she know that things that are said in the deposition are going to be, like, fodder for further lawsuits that he can sue her for because things that come out in this deposition? Like, she says it enough that she's afraid to say things because the things that she say he could sue her for, right? But she's so happy for this lawsuit in February to put all this stuff behind her. Well, just because you have this trial in February does not mean that he can't ever sue you again. So, I mean, if you're really scared of this man, he's tied you up in lawsuits, that could be the rest of your life, right? You know, people are asking, like, if somebody's suing you this much, isn't it at some point harassment? I think that's an interesting question. I don't know. I'm not an attorney. I don't claim to be, right? I'm a candle review company. I did, though, just review some candles on my Peter Destuff channel. Here it is. This one is tobacco and amber. I don't know her. I don't know Amber, okay? But I think she's a fantastic dancer on the pole. But anyway, listen, Linda. Don't be coming for me, okay? Back in the day, we called them exotic dancers, and about 4 or 5 of my roommates were, okay? And I loved them. I did. So anyway. But I think that's kind of a, well, we won't even get into that. Amber waves of rain. So anyway, I don't understand this whole thing, right? Like, but I'm kind of wondering if she put it out so many times in this video, if she's worried about things that she says in this deposition are gonna be things that he could sue her over later. I'm just speculating because I don't understand this, okay? So then she says, the end of the video, last 5 minutes were boring. Before this, she gets in this, she says, should I wear glitter to the deposition? Does it make me look like a makeup ditz? Okay, now, I know when I share my opinion about this, people are going to be like, she should wear whatever the fuck she wants to wear into that deposition. You're absolutely right. Tati Westbrook, like my dog Boo Radley, is her own person, okay? She can wear whatever the fuck she wants to wear in there, okay? She can wear a Mardi Gras mask for as much as I give a shit, okay? She, you know, she can do her hair in pigtails like Jeffree Star, and she can do a Joker smile on her face and some Halloween makeup and go right into that deposition. She sure can, okay? She can do whatever she wants to do. She can wear glitter all day long. She can throw up glitter bombs and glitter farts up in that deposition, okay? But as many of you know, I've been sober for a very long time, okay? And I have had many friends of mine that have gone to court, gone to drug court, gone to depositions, gone to trials, gone to jail, gone to prison. I myself have already been in jail. I've never been to prison, but I've been to jail, okay? I've had a lot of my friends that have gone to jail, gone to prisons, gone to courtrooms. I've gone with them. I've character witness, seen all the character witnesses, all that kind of stuff, right? Okay. When you ask your attorney what you should wear to your court, okay? They always tell you to look very demure, okay? Wear a suit and tie, wear, you know, a skirt suit or a dress. Have your hair be very, you know, conservative and nice. Nothing wild. Come in there to the judge, say yes sir, yes ma'am. Be very polite to everybody. Don't be shouting, don't be challenging people. What attorney is she paying? That is consultant Miss Tati Westbrook that maybe it's a good idea for her to wear glitter in a deposition. Girl, I'm telling you right now, and I know your deposition is over, but since you ask everybody, the answer for me is a no, okay? The answer for me is a no. I'm just telling you right now, okay? And listen, I love some glitter. I do. I did a glitter beard several years ago, okay? But if I was being deposed by the same person that had sued me for, well, not being deposed by him, but his attorneys, okay? For the fourth lawsuit, for a lawsuit that was going to trial in February, it was going to be a very big deal. No, ma'am, I would not be walking into that deposition with a glitter beard. I sure shit wouldn't, okay? I'm just telling you right now. I wouldn't be walking into there with no glitter beard being like, hey, girl, what's up? No, ma'am, not at all, okay? That was maybe you needed to think through that. I hope that was supposed to be a little cute joke on the video, because that was where I was kind of like, girl, who are you paying to be your attorney? Anyway, let me know what you think about all that in the comment section below. Let's send some good vibes, some crystals, some holy water and all that to Miss Tati. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.